Hello everyone, Jonathan Schlack, EAS&Weather here with an update on Tropical Storm Debby. As of the 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time advisory, Debby is currently located at 27.0 degrees north and 84.3 degrees west. In other words, it is southwest of Tampa Bay, Florida. The center of circulation is anyway. A couple hundred miles southwest of Tampa Bay, Florida. And currently, maximum sustained winds are 65 miles per hour, and moving is north-northwest at 13 miles per hour. Over time, it is expected to gather strength and become a hurricane by later today or tonight. Debby is expected to intensify rapidly, and we're expecting it to make landfall by Monday morning on northwestern Florida, as a hurricane most likely. And then it's expected to move inland after that point and weaken to a tropical storm as it moves inland. And it's going to get to a point where it's going to slow down rapidly or even stall altogether. So as you go through time, the further we go out in time, the more uncertain the track of Debby becomes. And it's expected to move northeast too. But it's going to move very, very slowly to the northeast. Anyway, there are currently hurricane warnings right along the northern Florida coast, along with tropical storm warnings that are in effect along parts of the central panhandle of Florida coast, as well as most of the west coast of Florida. And again, hurricane warnings are in effect for the northwestern Florida coast, along with some hurricane watches that are in effect too. There are tropical storm watches over here in the yellow area, the yellow dot. The red line is the hurricane warnings, the blue lines are the tropical storm warnings, and it's hard to see here, but surrounding some of the blue areas there are hurricane watches. And up here across the southeastern Georgia, as well as parts of the South Carolina coast, there are tropical storm watches in effect. Anyway, going to the key messages now. I give the 11 a.m. advisory on Tropical Storm Debby. 1. Heavy rainfall likely result in considerable flooding impacts from the Florida Big Bend region through southeast Georgia and the coastal plain of the Carolinas through Friday. Potentially historic heavy rainfall across southeast Georgia and South Carolina through Friday morning may result in catastrophic areas of flooding. Significant river flooding is also expected. 2. There is a danger of life-threatening storm surge along portions of the Gulf Coast of Florida, with 6 to 10 feet of inundation above ground level expected somewhere between Oaklochnie, however you pronounce it, River, and Suwannee River on Monday. Residents in the storm surge warning area should follow any advice given by local officials. 3. Hurricane conditions are expected Monday along portions of the Florida Big Bend region where a hurricane warning is in effect, with tropical storm conditions beginning this evening. Tropical storm conditions are expected through Monday farther south of the tropical storm warning along Florida's west coast, including the Tampa Bay area. 4. Impacts from storm surge and strong winds are possible along the southeast coast from Georgia to North Carolina through the middle of the week, and storm surge watches and tropical storm watches have been issued for portions of these areas. Additional watches and warnings will likely be required later today. So those are the key messages by the National Hurricane Center. Anyway, as far as the storm surge watches and warnings, there are currently storm surge warnings in effect from the Big Bend to Florida, going further southeast down through Tampa, the Tampa Bay area. And there are storm surge watches in effect as well from Sarasota down to Cape Coral. So, storm surge watches are in effect there in the light pink area, and again, the hot pink area is really the storm surge warning. And there are currently storm surge watches along the southeastern Georgia and southern South Carolina coastlines. Storm surge watches are again in the light pink area. So, as far as the peak storm surge is concerned, peak storm surge of 1 to 2 feet is possible from Mexico Beach, Florida, down to Indian Pass, Florida. and 4 to 6 foot storm surge are possible from the Ochlaochnee River over to Indian Pass. Within the yellow area, there is a 4 to 6 foot storm surge possibility. In areas from the Ochlaochnee River over through Suwannee River can expect storm surge of 6 to 10 feet. Areas from Suwannee River down through Yankeetown, Florida can expect storm surge of 4 to 7 feet. Okay? Areas from Yankeetown, Florida down through the Tampa Bay, down to the middle of Longboat Key can expect storm surge of 3 to 5 feet. Areas from Tampa Bay down through Charlotte Harbor can expect storm surge of 2 to 4 feet. Bonita Beach down through Flamingo, Florida can expect storm surge of 1 to 3 feet. So, going up here, we have storm surge of 2 to 4 feet is possible from the mouth of the St. Mary's River up through the southern South Carolina coast and up through the South Santee River. So, that's the storm surge forecast. Going to the peak rainfall amounts, there is a bullseye area around the Savannah area and south central South Carolina where rainfall amounts of 20 to 30 inches are possible, as noted by the key. The pink area is where we have the potential to see 20 to as much as 30 inches of rain, so there could be catastrophic flooding in those areas. And areas in Charleston, South Carolina can expect rainfall of 16 to 20 inches, as well as southeast Georgia. Within the dark red areas, the red areas can expect rainfall of 12 to 16 inches across parts of northwest Florida, as well as parts of southeast Georgia. Areas in the orange area can expect rainfall of 8 to 12 inches. That is true across parts of west central Florida and north central Florida, which includes the Jacksonville area, as well as Wilmington, North Carolina can expect rainfall on the order of 8 to 12 inches. The light orange area is where we can expect rainfall of 6 to 8 inches. That is true across Tampa Bay, as well as the Tallahassee area. Yellow area is where we can expect 4 to 6 inches of rain. So, that is true across Hatteras, North Carolina, parts of central North Carolina. The yellow areas, again, 4 to 6 inches of rain in the yellow areas. The green area, which includes Orlando, Charlotte, and Raleigh-Durham. Actually, Raleigh-Durham is on the cusp between 2 to 4 and 4 to 6 inches of rain, and that is over the next 5 days. Okay, so the green areas where rainfall amounts of 2 to 4 inches are expected, and 1 to 2 inches of rain can be expected in Miami. The light green areas where we can expect rainfall on the order of 1 to 2 inches, and that does include Miami as well as Atlanta. So, anyway, as far as flash flooding is concerned, there is a high risk for flash flooding this week, high risk of excessive rainfall across far southeast Georgia and southern South Carolina, and there is a moderate risk area that encompasses northwest Florida, southeast Georgia, parts of central South Carolina and south central North Carolina. The yellow area is where we have a slight risk of excessive rainfall, and the green areas where we have a marginal, and that's over the next 5 days. So, I'll have another update later today. Prepare yourselves immediately for Debby, and I might have another update later today on Debby, so stay tuned for that. Stay safe, prepare immediately, take care.